What safety rule nearly got an entire school killed? The announcement from Monday morning still rang in my ears. Since parents keep lying about emergencies to get their kids out early, we're cutting off all phone calls during school hours. Principal Robinson stood at the podium. Phones will be collected. Office lines will go to voicemail. Real emergencies require real presence. His solution was to cut us off completely from the outside world. Everyone looked defeated as we watched our phones disappear into the collection bins that got wheeled away to the vault. But Robinson wasn't done. The entire school phone system was programmed to reject calls from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Even the office email auto-replied with messages will be reviewed after school hours. Suddenly, people started missing important family messages, emergency family meetings. One girl didn't find out her dad had a heart attack until dismissal. Parents organized petition after petition, but Robinson kept insisting this would eliminate distractions and improve test scores. He even had posters made, focus on education, not notification. But everyone knew the rule was deadly after what happened to Elias. His mom had called the school 22 times when his 7-year-old brother got hit by a car. By the time Elias found out at 3:30, his brother had been in surgery for 4 hours. He survived with permanent brain damage. Elias transferred schools the next week, and still Robinson didn't budge. I didn't want to go through what he went through. That's when I remembered the old Galaxy watch my dad had given me 2 years ago. It looked exactly like a regular analog watch, so I dug it out of my drawer and started wearing it like normally. I even developed a routine for it. Keep it on airplane mode to save battery. During bathroom breaks, I'd lock myself in a stall and turn on cellular and check if my mom or anyone else texted. Those couple minutes in the bathroom were enough to feel connected to the world outside Robinson's bubble. For weeks, it worked perfectly. Teachers just saw a normal watch. I'd check messages secretly, but I was always careful, always quick. Then came that Thursday afternoon in late March. We were all packed in the gym, listening to some career counselor droning on about following your passion, while 800 of us sat crammed in the bleachers, half asleep in the stuffy air. That's when I felt my watch vibrate. That was impossible. I hadn't turned on cellular since lunch, but there it was, buzzing against my wrist. I glanced down, and my blood turned to ice. Emergency. Alert. Tornado warning. Rotation. Spotted near your location. Take shelter in lowest level immediately. I looked around the gym. Teachers leaning against walls, checking their analog watches. The speaker still talking about resume formatting. Nobody knew. I raised my hand frantically. My teacher shook her head and pointed at the speaker. I stood up anyway. We need to get to the basement. My voice cracked, echoing across the gym. There's a tornado coming. The speaker stopped mid-sentence. Principal Robinson's face turned purple as he stormed over from his spot near the stage. Sit down immediately or face suspension. Look! I thrust my wrist in his face, the alert still glowing on the tiny screen. Tornado warning. We need to move now. Robinson grabbed my wrist, examining the watch. His eyes narrowed. Where did you get this? You know the policy about devices. That's when we heard it. A low rumble, like a freight train in the distance. The high windows started rattling. Someone screamed, "Basement, now!" Robinson finally shouted, but his voice was barely audible over the growing roar. Chaos. 800 students trying to push through 2 narrow stairwells. Teachers who'd never practiced a real tornado drill trying to maintain order. The sound outside grew louder, angrier. Through the rattling windows, we could see debris flying past. I was halfway down the stairs when the lights went out. Emergency lighting kicked in, turning everything green. Behind us, glass shattered, the screech of metal being torn apart. Someone fell in the darkness and others tripped over them. I helped pull a freshman to her feet as we pushed forward, deeper into the basement. We made it to the basement hallway just as the tornado hit full force. The building shook like it was made of paper. Ceiling tiles rained down. Somewhere above us, pipes burst and water started streaming down the stairwell. Everyone pressed against the walls, some crying, others frozen in shock. Robinson stood near me, his face white as chalk, clutching his dead cell phone, trying desperately to get a signal that would never come. The communication system, he whispered to no one in particular. It's been down since noon. Maintenance was working on it. We never got the warning. The weather service tried to call. For 2 minutes, that felt like 2 hours. The tornado raged above us. The sound was indescribable, like the world was being torn apart. When it finally passed, we slowly made our way back up. The gym was gone, just gone. Where we'd been sitting 20 minutes earlier was now a twisted pile of metal beams and shattered concrete. The roof had been peeled off the main building like someone opening a can. Desks from second-floor classrooms were scattered across what used to be the parking lot. Nobody died somehow. 63 injuries, mostly cuts and bruises from the evacuation. A few broken bones from the stairwell crushes. But the state investigator who arrived the next day was blunt. If we'd stayed in that gym even 30 seconds longer, it would have been a mass casualty event. Robinson was placed on administrative leave immediately after the board found out why we almost died.